You're listening to Today's World. I'm your host, Laurie Sanders, and with me in studio today is lifestyle coach Camber Hill. He's also the founder of Think Fabulous, and we're talking about how to better your life, how to improve your life with all the chaos and the white noise and even the routine things that we have to do. But how do we break out of that and be able to become more than we currently are? And Camber was just talking about something as simple as before you go to bed, look over these 5 things that you would want to do or that you would want someone to know about your life. So it's important, like say one of my things would be that I want you to know about me is that I love animals. Okay. But how is that something that will further me in my daily life, or maybe just to put animals into my life?
Okay. Well, so do you currently have some animals?
I do.
Okay. And how many animals do you have?
6.
Okay. So what do you like most about having animals? You have them in your home, I would assume. And
I have 3 dogs, a cat, and 3 horses. So
are the horses at your home too?
No.
Okay. They're not in your living room?
No.
Okay. I won't be visiting anytime soon if they're in your living room. So what do you like most about your relationship to animals?
The simplicity and the love.
Unconditional love, just showers.
And that the joy that the dogs have, that they just are always so happy to see you, so happy to play, so happy to be rubbed, so happy to come over and give you a kiss. And that just pure innocence.
Right.
And that pure joy that comes from them, and then the interaction of being able to love them back with a rub or a hug or a treat or whatever the case may, or a walk. But it's that sort of non-communication, non-verbal communication that I have with animals that just brings out a stress reliever for me.
Right. Lowers blood pressure. Proven. For men, especially. A dog's best friend is a man. Lowers blood pressure immediately upon petting. They actually did laboratory studies that it lowers a man's blood pressure, specifically the dog to the man.
Wow.
Or maybe the kitty to the lady. I don't know. I just made that up. But. Well, let me ask you to further the intention with this exercise, Laurie. So you love animals. You love the reciprocal love, which is truly a dynamic that I myself respect. So I totally identify with you. So now let's say we want to improve an animal's life. What could Laurie Sanders do to do something in your life that would improve the future of animals in general? What is one goal you could set to do?
Well, I could probably get into any number of things, but I guess what comes to mind is that to remove myself from my personal experience and to reach out to help others, perhaps with their maybe personal experience with animals, is to go work with an animal shelter, or
that's awesome,
or to talk with the SPCA or the various agencies around here.
Great idea.
And or help outreach programs that bring pets into senior citizens' homes.
Oh, I love that idea.
Because I know what animals do for me, but to be able to share my animals perhaps with somebody else, to be able to share the joy.
Right. And as you're saying that right now, I almost feel like a red carpet just unrolled in my imagination. And there's going to be opportunity in the notions you just touched on that will have a domino effect. Okay. From this one conversation. Everything, Laurie, starts in conversation. Everything in life begins in conversation. The first conversation is from your heart to your brain.
Okay. As
you take a good deep breath and you have a conversation with yourself. And then when that idea feels somewhat, it coagulates and there becomes to be a sentence structure, then you speak it out loud. Sometimes you speak it out loud to yourself. Like, I got an idea. I think I could do a thing for the SPCA. Or wouldn't it be nice to take some kids horseback riding?
Mm-hmm.
You know, or maybe I could go to the shelter. We're having a conversation, though at public at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then that conversation beams out and others pick up on the conversation. And when the conversation's hot and sexy and interesting, people grab a hold.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this great thing that starts to happen, this great dance, this great execution of, where life meets the road and
Mm-hmm.
things start happening. And this is an example of how we begin to be centered into our ultimate contributions each day, where the conversations that we're having, we identify the things about ourselves that we want to do, and things begin to percolate. Things start happening. And the joy that we have, having been in the conversation or done what we've done for the day, creates more positive energy in our own life, and it makes us make new decisions. Our intuitions get better. All the things that make up the fulfillment at the end of the day begin to become more refined.
Wow. So something so simple, it's like a brainstorming session,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but focused on things that you love, or
Right.
that I want you to know, that I feel is important that you know about me.
Yeah. And it's so funny, Laurie Sanders, because I can, many times when I first sit down with a new client and I ask them to provide me the document of the 5 things they want me to know about them, these are not, shy, silly people from, crawling out of a hole somewhere. These are bright whippersnappers.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to think about it. We're so used to walking around saying, I'm Camber Hill, I'm a lifestyle coach, I live in. Your identity
Right.
is so attached to occupation, especially, like when I meet anybody, it's so common here in the United States. When you meet somebody in public, it's, hi, my name is, oh, well, what do you do? It's like, boom, it's a knee-jerk reaction. What do you do? And your whole identity, your whole esteem gets wrapped up in the neighborhood you live in, the car that you drive, the job you do or do not have. And so what I'm talking about here is none of the surface stuff. I want to know what you want me to know about you, not what I want to know about you. Mm-hmm. I want you to author in this moment the intimate intricacies that make up Laurie Sanders, who she is, what is she about, what is the cocktail that makes her up, what is sizzling in her soul. Because when you and I begin to talk about what you have brewing, oh, goodness gracious almighty, there's this delicate balance of excitement and interest, because I get pulled in to passion, and I'm not alone. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be passionate. So let's practice, because it does take some practice, being authentic. We've been so learned about learning dates and getting adopted to our identities that we kind of forgot who we were, which is that precipice you and I were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. So when we finally rise to the occasion, where we have the courage to step inside and just get a little shaky and discuss the things that are intimately important to us this day, it can become a magical experience. This day can change everything.
So if someone wants to get in touch with you and have you be their lifestyle coach,
they got to be crazy.
How does that happen?
They can go to a website, which is thinkfabulous.com. Mm-hmm. And at Think Fabulous, there's all the information you need in order to get to contact me. Or not everybody's online to do that. They can also feel free to contact me at area code 562-243-4573. It's a 562-243-4573.
Well, Camber Hill, it has been a delight to have you on today's World. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my
pleasure.
My pleasure.